So the left ventricle is always going to be thicker, always. So that's how you know. So you're looking at the anterior side of the heart right now. So it's sitting like this in me.
So then the left atrium is here.
So yeah, so
Left atrium.
so in here,
Is it right here?
it's hard because the valves are broken, but you can see
The chordae tendineae.
the chordae tendineae. Yep. So you know that that's the valve right here. It's,
The little
it's,
flappy
it's
thing
shredded
she
right
says,
here.
right? Is it little flappy things?
Kind of, right
No.
there.
Yeah, she showed me like
The
little
flappier
flaps.
things are more like the oracles, but
Oh,
see,
that's what I meant.
This is part of the tricuspid valve, and you can tell because the chordae tendineae are right here. So up here, it's small, is the right atrium.
Which is also on the back side too.
Once you pass this, past the chordae tendineae, this is the right ventricle. You can see how the wall is a lot thinner than over here. So this is just pumping it to the lungs, whereas this is pumping it to the whole body. So it's got to be
Right
a far stronger
ventricle is
muscle.
The tricuspid, correct?
Yep. So,
I was trying to remember.
so like somewhere down in here, you'd be able to go up through the pulmonary trunk, which comes across like this. So right here's the pulmonary trunk. So it's kind of weird because it's inverted, but this is your right ventricle if you fold it down like this, down here. So this is just the other part of it. So it goes up here through the pulmonary trunk, and it's cut on here. But if
So
that
this
were
is
closed,
the brachiocephalic?
I'll get to that.
Oh.
They're a little confusing up there, but this is your pulmonary trunk, right here.
So is where your pencil going through, is that the pulmonary semilunar valve? The other?
Yeah, yep, like through there. So like right in here somewhere is going to be the semilunar valve, and I don't know if you have to know that for the she part. Do you?
Yes.
Okay, chances are she won't ask you. She'd probably say what valve is like the pipe cleaner going through right now. So since it's going into the pulmonary trunk, it'd be the pulmonary semilunar valve.
But we don't need to know the other one, which is the what?
Well, you do have
Yeah,
to know the aortic semilunar valve. You do.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it's weird on the she part, because you know how I said like this is how it would kind of sit. The right auricle is on the back over here. It's this right here.
Yeah.
Here's your left auricle, right here. So, what is this section down here?
Where, sorry?
Right here. Yes, so this is your left ventricle. What valve is this right here?
Bicuspid valve.
Yes. So up in here, where my pencil is, if you were to leave it like that, is the left atrium.
Sorry. Where'd you have your pencil?
Like right in here.
Right.
Because it's hard to see because it's cut, and this is how you open it. But so if it's above the bicuspid
And she
valve.
said these up here were papillary muscles as well. She says they're down here and they're also up there where that thing was. Or that, she says you pull it back. It's like right there too. Mine was.
Yeah, so like in their
and she says,
papillary
like,
muscles.
Right in there, all along that too. Yeah.
So there's the left atrium, bicuspid or mitral valve, left ventricle. So this is where some people get confused.
Which is to the left of the, what was the one on the one you did first? What was the first one you did? The aorta? No, the first one you stuck the pencil in. Over here, the top one.
Right there?
Yeah.
That's the left atrium,
No, I mean the first tube you did a long time ago.
Pulmonary trunk.
pulmonary trunk. So we're in the left ventricle here. So up somewhere in here, it's all cut up, is the aortic semilunar valve. So it's obviously going to bring you up into the aorta, which is this one.
This is the brachiocephalic.
Yeah, so here's where people get confused on lab practicals, because you can't always see that. The aorta is bigger than the brachiocephalic artery.
Okay.
So you can see how this one's a little wider of an opening. So that one's the aorta, and this is the brachiocephalic, the smaller one. But those two will like usually be connected.
Is that everything? Superior vena cava.
Oh yeah, superior vena
That's the
cava.
superior vena cava, right there. It's kind of on the back of the heart, situated near the
Where
right.
the heck was that
the
pulmonary
right-
truck you stuck the pencil through?
Right there. It's
right
cut
here.
up.
It's cut in half.
Oh, okay.
The pulmonary trunk is usually gonna. Okay, so that was the superior vena cava. The pulmonary trunk is gonna usually come across, like kind of on the heart models. You can see it cut
Ours wasn't cut. That's right. I remember
kind of
that,
diagonally
yeah.
across the heart. So
Yeah.
on here, it's doing the same thing. That's the pulmonary trunk.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah.
Oh, obviously the apex and the interventricular septum. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to like get in your way. I'm just trying to
That's
see.
okay.
So that's basically all you have to know. When in doubt, if it's opened at all, bigger wall, left ventricle.
Yeah.
Pulmonary trunk right here cuts across. Left auricle, right auricle. It doesn't look like much right there, but that opens up. It's the superior vena cava. Dumps into the right atrium up here. Through the tricuspid valve. There, the chordae tendineae, and the papillary muscles are kind of like deeper in there. Here you'd be in the right ventricle, up through the pulmonary semilunar valve, into the pulmonary trunk. This is the left auricle, and here is the left atrium. Through the mitral or the bicuspid valve, into the left ventricle, up through the aortic semilunar valve, which again is hard to see. But here's your aorta, where my pinky's sticking through.
Yeah.
Coming off of it is the,
Brachiocephalic artery.
yep. And that's basically that.